Welcome to The Explainer. Picture this, and hey, maybe you've actually been here before. You wake up in a 3 a.m. cold sweat because you are exactly 12 days away from a massive live event. You've got raw, unedited footage sitting on a hard drive somewhere, outlines for courses that just aren't quite finished, and sure, you do have a published book, but you have absolutely zero physical products designed and zero packaged offers ready to actually hand to a paying customer. Look, it's a high-stakes reality, and for so many creators, it's a moment of sheer panic. But today, we're going to dive into a strategic blueprint from our source material that will completely turn that anxiety around. We're going to bypass all that tech overwhelm and show you exactly how to dominate your event with a bulletproof preparation strategy.
The instinct when you're feeling behind is to try and finish everything, right? You want to stay up all night editing those massive video courses, building complex sales funnels, testing software. Actually, scratch that. You think you need to do all that. The source material offers a brilliant, almost counterintuitive truth here. Stop trying to launch a course empire. Start with one physical product. You literally need to pivot to sellable simplicity right now. Tech glitches and endless video editing, they're going to eat your 2-week timeline alive. Instead, the strategy reveals that you really just need to focus on one physical product and one digital bundle that you can physically put in someone's hands and sell with absolute confidence.
So how do we pull this off? Well, we are going to navigate this 12-day sprint using a highly structured 6-part roadmap. We'll start with the 3W framework, dive deep into your print strategy and budget, lock down your showcase materials, map out your booth layout and engagement tactics, hit the daily 12-day roadmap, and finally, wrap up with monetizing with bundles.
All right, let's jump right into Section 1, the 3W framework. Before you even think about printing a single piece of paper, we've got to build the foundation. The sources emphasize the Bring Your Own Why, or BYO framework. Think of this as the absolute GPS for your workshop and your booth presence. Step 1 is the why. This is your heartbeat. Without a deep, purposeful hook, you're literally just another vendor standing behind a folding table. Step 2 is the what. Now, it's kind of wild how many creators get this wrong by leaning on heavy industry jargon. Instead, the strategy says you need to deliver your core content simply, almost like a recipe. You know, a cup of strategy, a dash of storytelling, keep it incredibly clear. And finally, step 3 is the wow. That's your memorable, purpose-driven pivot that leaves them with an actionable takeaway. This specific 3-step flow, it's the secret sauce that turns casual strollers into a deeply engaged community.
Moving right along to Section 2, print strategy and budget. Let's talk logistics.
We need to look at exactly how we translate that why into tangible printed assets without blowing your budget or, more importantly, missing this extremely tight 12-day deadline. For printing your core product, you've got 2 main routes. Amazon KDP is super cost-effective, but it's going to take about 5 to 7 days for delivery. And with only 12 days on the clock, time is your most precious resource. A local print shop, on the other hand, might cost you slightly more upfront, but it offers a lightning-fast 2 to 3 day turnaround. Plus, there's a fantastic networking bonus here. Using a local printer in the event city supports their community and gives you an awesome icebreaker when you're chatting with local attendees.
Okay, let's break down the actual itemized print budget, because I want you to see how doable this is. To fully stock a professional showcase table, the blueprint suggests exactly 50 books, 100 flyers, 15 workbook samples, 500 business cards, and 1 large banner. Now, you might be wondering, why those specific numbers? Well, you don't print 50 workbooks. You print 15. Why? Because scarcity creates a bottleneck. A bottleneck creates a physical line, and a line at your booth creates instant curiosity from everyone else in the room. And those 500 business cards, you're going to hand those out like candy. In the lobby, at the coffee shop, during the keynote, every single item and quantity here is a calculated move for maximum event impact.
And when you total all of that up, the transformation is honestly incredible. For an estimated $250 to $465, you can take your scattered digital files and turn them into a premium, tangible live event experience. To put that into perspective, it's a highly accessible investment that bridges the gap between feeling like a panicked, unprepared creator and standing tall as a total professional.
That leads us perfectly to Section 3, Essential Showcase Materials.
Budget is set. Now, what exact assets do you need to order so your work is instantly understandable at a glance? The strategy outlines these 6 physical pieces: a 1-page What I Do flyer, a straightforward product catalog, updated business cards with QR codes, a testimonial sheet showing real human faces to build immediate trust, and an event-specific banner. But listen, the true linchpin here is item number 3, those workbook samples. You want attendees to physically pick them up, flip through a sample chapter, feel the paper quality, and see the depth of your content. There's this fascinating psychological principle called the endowment effect. When people physically touch an item, they subconsciously start to feel ownership over it, which drastically spikes the likelihood of a purchase. Getting it in their hands is a total game changer.
Section 4. Booth layout and engagement.
Having the materials is great, but strategically placing them to hook the humans walking past your table, that is where the magic happens. Imagine walking up to this booth right now. Your physical space has to tell a structured story before you even say hello. Your eye naturally goes to the center, so that's where you put a beautiful stack of signed books to establish premium positioning. On the left, where the eye naturally scans first, you lay out your product catalogs and social proof for credibility. Over on the right, you position those interactive workbook samples right next to your QR codes for immediate action. And grounding the whole shebang in the back is your large banner, acting as a visual anchor that instantly communicates who you are and the exact problem you solve. So, someone stops at your beautifully arranged table. Now you need an engagement strategy. The golden rule from the sources here is show, don't tell. Hand them that workbook sample right away to trigger that endowment effect. And when you do finally speak, lead with a highly specific, authentic story script. In our source example, the creator uses this amazing opening. I'm a single mom who rebuilt my life after loss, and now I help other moms do the same without sacrificing presence. This works so well because it instantly disarms the attendee, it builds real empathy and trust, rather than hitting them with a harsh, aggressive sales pitch.
All right, Section 5, the 12-day roadmap. Let's get into the timeline.
Ideas are fun, but execution is absolutely everything. Here is your strict day-by-day sprint. Days 1 and 2, you are immediately on Upwork hiring designers and calling local print shops for quotes. Do this first so other people are working while you sleep. Days 3 and 4, you're writing your bundle copy and filming raw promo videos on your phone. And a quick tactical tip, don't over-edit. Raw, authentic iPhone video actually converts way better because it feels real. Days 5 and 6, test your Shopify flow and order those Rush business cards. Days 7 and 8, send the final approved files to the Rush printer and maybe launch some hyperlocal ads targeting the venue. Days 9 through 11, these are your buffer days to receive your physical products, triple-check all your links, and pack your displays. And day 12, that's event day. It's a tight sprint for sure, but it is 100% achievable.
And finally, Section 6. Monetizing with bundles.
Let's look at how to package these newly created physical and digital products to actually maximize your revenue on the day of the workshop. The strategy emphasizes 3 clear pricing tiers, tapping right into the psychology of price anchoring. The starter at $44 gets them the signed book and a printed mini guide. The builder jumps up to $197, adding a premium physical workbook and digital templates. Now, having this $197 tier is totally crucial because it makes that $44 tier feel like an absolute steal, which drives impulse buys. And for your super fans, the Founders Circle at $297 includes the whole package plus private group access and a one-on-one call with you.
But listen, none of those brilliant bundles matter if people can't easily hand you their money. Think about the last time you wanted to buy something at a live event, but their card reader was down or the line was just a nightmare. You walked away, right? Friction kills sales. You have got to make it stupid easy to buy at your booth. First, accept immediate transfers like Cash, Venmo, or Zelle. Second, have a massive QR code pointing straight to your Shopify for instant digital delivery. And third, always have a low-friction sign-up sheet to capture emails so you can easily follow up with those folks who just want to buy later.
As we wrap up this explainer, I want to bring us back to the real core of this whole thing. Your 12-day event strategy isn't just about hastily printing out some flyers or throwing a tablecloth over a folding table. It's fundamentally about the purpose-driven pivot. It's about taking your deeply authentic why, breaking it out of the trap of tech overwhelm and endless course editing, and turning it into tangible, structured products. Because when you can physically hand someone your life's work, you empower them to actually take immediate action.
So, you've got the strategic framework, you know the exact print budget, you understand the psychology behind the perfect booth layout, and you have the step-by-step 12-day roadmap to pull it all off. Those 12 days are going to pass anyway, right? The only thing left to do is start the clock on your own sprint. I'll leave you with this one question to chew on before your next live event. Are you ready to bring your own why? Take this blueprint, step fully into your authority, and go crush it.